Franz Beckenbauer or Fabio Capello, who is actually the better manager right now in eFootball? And more importantly, which manager has the better link-up play? Capello comes with over-the-top pass A, linking a centerpiece orchestrator DMF with a goal poacher CF. Meanwhile, Beckenbauer has breakthrough pass B, linking a box-to-box midfielder with a goal poacher CF. So which one is actually better? Let's find out. When you look at both Capello and Beckenbauer, you'll notice something interesting. Both managers have 89 proficiency in long ball counter and long ball. And as you probably know, long ball counter is currently the best playstyle in eFootball. Almost every top-ranked division player uses it. The reason it's so effective is simple. Your team stays compact and deep defensively, and the moment you win the ball, your players immediately burst forward on the counter. Strikers make aggressive runs behind the defense, midfielders play quick forward passes, and within just a few passes, you already have a dangerous goal-scoring chance. It's a very efficient playstyle. You defend, win the ball, move it forward quickly, and suddenly you're in on goal. Now the interesting part is that both managers also have long ball as a secondary playstyle. And that actually gives you a lot of tactical flexibility. In some matches you might want the speed of counter-attacks, but against teams playing a low defensive block, switching to direct long passes can sometimes work better. So having both playstyles available without changing managers is actually very useful. Now let's talk about the boosters. With Capello, you get +1 finishing and +1 defensive awareness. That means your attackers become slightly more clinical in front of goal, while your defense also becomes more reliable. So you're basically improving both attacking and defensive performance. With Beckenbauer, you get +1 dribbling and +1 defensive awareness. That's also a very balanced combination. The dribbling boost helps your players feel smoother and more responsive on the ball, while the defensive awareness still keeps your defense organized. So in terms of boosters, both managers are actually quite balanced. Now let's talk about the most exciting feature of these managers, their link-up plays. First, Capello's over-the-top pass A. This link-up connects a centerpiece orchestrator DMF with a goal poacher CF. When this link-up first released, it was extremely strong, and many players considered it broken. It was even slightly nerfed, but it's still widely considered one of the best link-ups in the game. To activate it, your DMF needs to be an orchestrator, which usually means running a double DMF system with an orchestrator and an anchor man. And your striker must be a goal poacher. But that's not really a problem, because most players already use goal poachers anyway. The best part about this link-up is how simple it is to use. You can trigger it from your own half by playing a lofted through ball from your DMF to your striker. And if you time it correctly, your goal poacher makes incredibly aggressive runs behind the defense, creating very dangerous goal chances. Now let's look at Beckenbauer's link-up, breakthrough pass B. This link-up connects a centerpiece box-to-box midfielder with a goal poacher CF. In terms of player selection, this is actually quite convenient because most players already have a box-to-box midfielder and a goal poacher striker. However, the way this link-up works is a bit different. Unlike Capello's link-up, breakthrough pass B only activates when you are already in the opponent's half. It works with both through balls and lofted through balls, but because you're closer to the opponent's goal, you have less space and less time to execute the pass. So the timing needs to be much more precise. Because of that, the link-up can feel a bit harder to use consistently. And personally, because of how easy and effective Capello's link-up is, I would still prefer Capello's over-the-top pass A. But let me know what you think in the comments. Verdict: So the big question is, should you actually go for Franz Beckenbauer? If you don't have Capello, then yes, Beckenbauer is still a very good manager option. Another great choice would be Niko Kovac from the Dortmund pack, but that costs 1,500 coins, which not everyone is willing to spend. So if you're looking for a strong, long ball counter manager, Beckenbauer can definitely work. However, if you already have Fabio Capello, then honestly, you don't really need to switch. So in my opinion, Beckenbauer isn't better than Capello, but he's still a very solid manager. So if you watched the video this far, could you hit the like button and subscribe? It would help the channel out a lot, thanks. And also tell me, are you going to buy this new Franz Beckenbauer manager?